you love, respect. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I actually appreciate times of the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. I hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one that's truly for you. That introduction. A dream truly came true. An existent. Your past don't live in your reality when it come to pain, chaos, and confusion, someone disturbing your peace. And your past don't live in your reality. They would never understand your vision. How you understood your boundaries, to actually go within to truly love you, to understand growth when it came to your worth. How when God closed certain doors in your life for the right reason, because you was willing and able to treat you right. And the right one to come into your life to truly value your time and day without the excuse, let alone project the pain. You so lucky. You felt like the end of the day. You almost gave up on yourself when it came to the love department. But you was tired of the excuses, and you finally came out your comfort zone. And only for you to realize that the love of your life was placed in your life, and it wasn't for all the wrong reasons. The energy is different. How someone walks into your life to motivate you, show you what love looks like up close in person. They ain't have to play with spell work in a toxic way to get your time and day. Someone show you at the end of the day what love looks like up close in person. It didn't have to be dysfunctional. Someone truly bringing peace to you in the most healthiest way, choosing you. You're both on the same page. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh yeah, and just because moments. When someone truly walks into your life, they're not to take your kindness or weakness, but truly value your time and day. They have to have excuses to project pain, let alone run mind games. When someone truly hears you, sees you, and actually willing and able to protect your heart. Even when they get lost in their words at the end of the day, when the world's against them. You know, the outside world, when they against them. You truly show somebody at the end of the day that they still are worthy. And you didn't have to project pain, let alone run game. Someone truly gives you butterflies. The energy is different. And how time didn't lie. How someone was able to maintain that smile because they truly didn't want to see you frown. How someone was truly praying for you and ain't have to have malicious intentions. You know, when someone is not in secret competition with you. When someone truly shows you at the end of the day that, hold on 1 second. I truly heard what you've been through when it came to your past. And I wasn't trying to dim your light when it came to your faith. Because God didn't make a mistake, and I don't worship the devil, let alone play with spirit in a toxic way. But God allowed us to unite for all the right reasons. When you realize that your prayers became in existence, how God works in mysterious ways. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Love is real, love is one of a kind. It wasn't that toxic love, it was that healthy love because we are all not the same. They say you can't buy love because it would never be an even exchange. Nobody deserves to get that phone call that their loved one was not able to see another day. Nobody's deserving of that, and I say that respectfully. And especially when the enemy was controlling of it at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully, trying to project pain, trying to divide a family, let alone a bond that truly existed. An innocent person says, why do I deserve this? What did I do? I showed up for my baby at the end of the day, every single day, the most healthiest way. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's story is different. You went from point A to Z, had good intentions, waiting for your loved one to come home, only to realize it wasn't an even exchange. And you didn't have to project pain. But somebody psyched them out their own free will because they had malicious intentions, lack of self-control at the end of the day. Nobody deserves that phone call. Nobody deserves that phone call knowing I didn't have to cause chaos and confusion in your life. I didn't have to disrespect you, not to treat you right. Nobody deserves that phone call. How someone started their day. They started their day. Only to realize the ending was not going to be an even exchange. Folks making funeral arrangements. Everybody so lost in words. That last conversation, it truly lighted up your day. It truly gave you faith. You understood a healthy relationship, how to love your life, walked into your life to bring you balance and truly treat you right. You wasn't doing it for $1, because you can't buy true love. How good times turn into a memory, because things will never be the same when it becomes someone's existence at the end of the day. How nobody deserves to endure this type of pain, because the enemy works mysterious ways. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Imagine praying for somebody only for them to come into your life to truly treat you right. And you blame yourself because at the end of the day, they're not here to see another day. But it wasn't your fault. It was the enemy's doing. Because the enemy shows up in different shapes and sizes, just like someone their own free will when they least expect it. And all you think about is that last argument you had. It was really petty. Did you say sorry? It was really petty. You wish you would have showed up differently. It was really petty. But we'll never have to give a chance at the end of the day to say that I'm sorry. Imagine just waiting for your wife or your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. They traveling to you. You telling them to be safe. And a tragic actually happens. It wasn't in their control. Things got ugly within a split of a second. Didn't matter how the collision actually had to happen. All you knew is that you was getting a phone call after you was sending text messages all night, all day, trying to see about their whereabouts. You was trying to calm down, but you knew something wasn't right. Only for you to realize you wound up in the ER. Only for you to realize that your life just changed with a split of a second. That the love of your life is not here anymore. You can't buy true love. You can't. Instead of hurting somebody, disrespecting somebody, you show them love. And especially the one that you truly love. There's no room for arguing and disrespecting somebody at the end of the day only to say sorry. Because those times that you dish out when they come to negative energy, you're gonna wish at the end of the day you didn't hurt somebody. Because someone had feelings too. Being in a chokehold and your own feelings. Feeling like at the end of the day that hold on 1 second was either issue. Because everybody's story is different. I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I get disrespected because they say that you need money to be in a relationship. Yeah, to buy things to make sure that you are able to be stable when it comes to living. Right. But you can't buy love when the love of your life is gone from this world. You can't. You can't buy them back. Any dollar price, you can't get them back. That's why I love somebody today. Don't put your hands on to abuse them, to hurt them with pain. It's not an even exchange when you say you love somebody in a healthy way. My content ain't for everybody, and I say that respectfully. I'm not a genuine love respect. Love is not supposed to hurt. It's not. If someone walks into your life, treat them right. Don't take their kindness or weakness, because you never know at the end of the day when is the last time you gonna actually see them. And that person didn't have to have malicious intentions towards you. All they wanted to do was bring the best out of your most healthiest way. But everybody's story ain't the same. Because as individuals at the end of the day, they didn't have to have a hand problem, disrespect anybody at the end of the day. They knew how to show up for somebody to truly respect them. Allow them to believe in faith. And especially when someone understood their upbringing, the unhealthy relationships that they dealt with. They finally came across someone that actually saw them, actually heard them, actually loved them, respected them. And they was willing to meet them halfway. And they didn't deserve that phone call. That their life would never be the same. Prayers to you, and I say that respectfully. It didn't matter your situation. You matter and you are worthy. Healing that broken heart. It's not going to be an overnight process, so never allow someone to rush your process. And I say that respectfully. And I don't care who disrespects me. Just because you're not used to love, someone truly respecting you, meeting you halfway without having malicious intentions. It's like you watch your thought process, you're feeding your pockets, your eyesight. There's innocent people that truly know how to love regardless to their upbringing. And I say that respectfully. In regards to their sexual orientation, their disability, their age, or their religion, they know how to respect somebody. They understood what pillow talking actually meant. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I understood to maintain conversation, to be on the same page with no malicious intentions. Elevate, hold on 1 second. How days progress. It went from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years. Everybody's story is different. When someone was able to maintain that smile, to see you smile, not to see you frown. They wasn't trying to hurt you. They was trying to protect your heart. They showed you every single day in the most healthiest way that you was worthy of someone truly loving you right. We all not the same when it comes to pain. Regardless if someone dealt with abandonment issues, the lack of love, someone not showing them what love looks like up close in person, they was disrespected. Folks taking their kindness or weakness, folks supposed to protect them, they was the issue. That's what they said that day. But they never was the case. That never was the case because they wasn't trying to catch a case. My content is not for everyone. Just because you dealt with unfair share hand of relationships or someone didn't understand how to treat you right, it's folks that truly walk into someone's life and mean what they say what they mean. I ain't trying to cause chaos and confusion, disturb your peace. I already heard what you've been through when it came to someone that know how to show up for you, let alone respect your peace. Understanding your boundaries at the end of the day. I ain't trying to walk all over you. I'm trying to show you at the end of the day why I'm getting to know you, to be on the same page with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But there are a lot of innocent people, regardless of their upbringing. They didn't have to have their mother and their father in their life. And I say this respectfully, to know how to treat somebody right. They knew at the end of the day, okay, well, I wasn't taught how to love. I saw the unfair share hand I was dealt with when it came to love. That wasn't love at the end of the day, but I knew how to love someone. I knew how to love. I knew how to love someone. I knew how to respect somebody, even when someone didn't show me those tools. And I ain't have to psych someone out their thought process to make them feel like they was the fool, wasting their time and day. All because I knew how to treat somebody right in the most healthiest way. Even when someone couldn't even see to relate to themselves at the end of the day, I still knew how to respect somebody, to elevate them, to show at the end of the day what a healthy relationship looks like up close in person. You know, when you walk into someone's life and you their biggest cheerleader, regardless of what they going through, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Yeah, I heard what you've been through when it came to trauma. But I ain't here to kick you down or discourage you. The energy is different. We are all not the same. It doesn't matter about someone's sexual orientation, their disability, age, or religion. It's innocent people that know how to love somebody the proper way. That truly knows how to respect somebody the proper way without having malicious intentions. Nobody is deserving of that phone call. And especially when someone is not doing it for likes and views. The energy is different. It ain't gonna make sense. It's not. Someone didn't have to play with sport in a toxic way to get someone's time and day to actually value their time and day. Because they didn't have excuse. They was their authentic self. Something that you couldn't relate to. Because you had to play somebody close to like when they thought process, they free in their pockets and their eyesight with a bad habit. At the end of the day, the run game, third-party conversations, the math wasn't adding up, or because you want to disturb somebody's peace, to label them somebody they truly wasn't, to laugh at their pain at the end of the day, and it wasn't an even exchange. Leave innocent people alone. What's your mind games? Everybody's not the same, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Nobody deserves to endure that type of pain. They don't. And especially the hands of the enemy. How someone was going from point A to Z. Doesn't matter if it's a dude or a chick, and I say this respectfully. How someone could psych someone out their free will, or because someone lacked self-control when it came to discipline. They didn't know how to go within. They wanted to take it out on the world at the end of the day. Now a mother and a father at the end of the day is outed. Leaving children without parents. Leaving a family without their loved ones. Because everybody's story is different. Nobody deserves to go from point A to Z and be psyched that they free will because someone lacks self-control. It doesn't matter if your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. How that was someone's loved one. That was somebody's wife, that was somebody's husband. And they was only moving accordingly. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. But I truly preach the time to the genuine ones. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with no malicious intentions. Stay warm and have a safe remaining year. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. See you next video. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. She matter, you're worthy. True love is not based on having a hand problem. True love is not based on seconds when they thought process, they free in their pockets, or they eyesight. And I say that respectfully. Stop trying to play somebody close to hear what they got going on when it comes to their past, only to laugh at their pain. When it comes to third-party conversation, it wasn't an even exchange. Only for you to realize you was truly your own lesson when you miss out on a blessing for the real one to truly walk away. You misunderstood at the end of the day that, hold on one second. Someone didn't have to take your kindness so we could disrespect you. But you shortchanged them to disrespect them, to have ill intentions at the end of the day, to hide your hands, to play victim. True love is not based on spell work, psyching somebody think free will, psyching somebody think thought process, they free in their pockets, or their eyesight. And I say that respectfully. Regardless to your upbringing, someone didn't know how to love, but they saw you for who you truly was. Well, they thought they did. And you sat there and said, I won't project what you've been through. I won't be out here like one of them other folks at the end of the day playing games, shortchanging you when it comes to lack of common sense. Someone act like they were so invested into you at the end of the day, only for you to realize, hold on one second. I understood my boundaries. I gotta walk away to choose me. And you, neighbor, you sat there and said that you heard somebody, only to mistreat them, to mislead them, to mind games. Trying to do somebody dirty at the end of the day, the run game. It wasn't an even exchange. You heard what they've been through when it came to their past, only for you to realize at the end of the day, you had hidden agendas. And you was the same. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. Leave innocent people alone. That's not deserving of this behavior. You don't understand mentally what it takes for somebody to even come out their comfort zone, to even acknowledge you at the end of the day. To actually, you know what, say, Okay, well, we're talking or whatever the case may be. That's one thing. But to actually step out their comfort zone and say, you know what? I can see myself with you in a relationship. I can see myself actually seeing potential with us, building. All you want to do is shortchange somebody when they just wanted to be your biggest cheerleader. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. They knew how to respect you even when you couldn't see. They knew how to respect you even days when you feel like at the end of the day giving up on life itself. They still showed up for you. They wasn't trying to suck you out your free will, your pockets, because they know what pain looks like up close in person. And they understood at the end of the day why they truly walked into your life. Not to take your kindness for weakness, but you looked at them like they was weak, so you took their kindness for weakness. And only for the real one to actually walk away, to know that they are worthy of someone truly respecting them, meeting them halfway, being on the same page when it comes to common sense. Sometimes you couldn't get in tune with neighbor was actually going within and meaning what you say and say what you mean. But all you want to do is run game. Like, content is not for everybody, and that's okay. And it's okay if you disrespect me because of what I'm saying. That's fine. But I truly hope that you continue to find peace within. But it's a such thing as a healthy relationship. It's a such thing as communicating with somebody and being an adult, so you say. And I say that respectfully. You don't gotta disrespect somebody to get a point across. You don't got to kick somebody down to get a point across. You don't gotta put your hands on somebody to get a point across. You know, communicating, that's what's called self-awareness. Because when you have self-awareness, you're not trying to self-destruct. And especially when you're dealing with another adult that actually has self-awareness, that actually has self-love within them, that has self-control, that has self-respect, and they know their worth when it comes to their boundaries. No, they didn't think that they was better than anybody at the end of the day. They just knew how to love, even when you couldn't see. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. True love is real with the right one that's truly for you. It's individuals that can truly come into your life. They don't gotta argue with you. They don't have to disrespect you. You're not pointing the finger, you're the bad guy. No. They showed up for you. They're actually willing to hear you, not to overlook you. And they say fairy tales don't exist, but that's a lie. Because someone can truly walk into your life not to cause you chaos and confusion, let alone disturb your peace. Or even when you're trying to understand balance, how to restore you. Regardless of what you're going through during your journey, someone can truly relate to you. To show you what elevation looks like up close in person. To show you that, hold on one second. I was dealing with this type of behavior when it came to my past, but it doesn't live in my reality today. Something that you're not used to. Some people think it's dysfunctional. Someone truly respecting them. Because they're not used to the norm, or someone truly showing up and meaning what they say. I respect you, I choose you, I see you. Third-party conversations, at the end of the day, that would never be the issue. We are all not the same. Certain folks paint a picture, oh, well, it became the norm to be a cheater. It became the norm to disrespect your loved one. It's not the norm. How you in a relationship with somebody at the end of the day only to do them wrong? And then you want to sit there and paint them out to be the bad guy when you're the one who's doing them wrong. You out here humiliating them, disrespecting them, putting your hands on them, having malicious intentions towards them, trying to set them on their own free will. Because, you know, when it comes to a relationship that's toxic, when you hit somebody the wrong way, you end up in a situation in cuffs. And I say that respectfully. Because that's all it takes is that one argument to have. And you put your hands on somebody and you're hitting them upside their head or whatever the case may be. Or you pick up a weapon and hit somebody with it. And only for you to realize your life would never be the same. And you call that love? You call that respect? Because you lack self-control don't mean everybody's the same. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. You know, actions speak louder than words when you mentally go within and actually change. It's not an overnight process when it comes to healing trauma and pain. And I say that respectfully. It's not a race. But healthy love does exist with the right one truly for you. It does. Someone sees you, someone hears you, someone shows up for you, someone respects you, someone respects your boundaries. You know, when you first start talking to somebody, how it feels all good or whatever the case may be, you got them butterflies and, oh, you got me blushing. No. You know, someone can truly walk into your life and maintain that. They can. It's possible. Just because you haven't experienced it, don't mean it's not out there. Because it is. With the right one that's truly for you. And people pick and choose how they want to deal with people at the end of the day. But that just goes to show you at the end of the day, they wasn't for you. Because the same way someone can walk into your life and say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I want to get to know you for who you are. It went from date nights to, okay, a bond actually growing. People actually getting to know each other when they introduce themselves to each other. They actually knew each other's names. They actually respected each other. It was an even exchange. How someone could truly maintain a conversation and make somebody's laugh. It's how someone could truly maintain a conversation to truly be somebody's better half. And they was willing to be on the same page. They didn't have to gaslight each other. They was enjoying each other's company. They respected each other. They showed up for each other with no malicious intentions. They didn't have to psych each other out. They thought process, they free in their pockets, or their eyesight. They didn't, because you can't buy true love. But the same spark that they had when they got introduced to each other, how that date night went, imagine someone showing up for you, giving you that spark within. Being your biggest cheerleader. Up close in person, even behind closed doors. A love language that the outside world can't relate to is why God chose you to. How someone can actually walk into your life and maintain those conversations and spice it up every single day. It went from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years to 4 years to 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and continue forward. You put a name in your book just to maintain that smile, not to see you frown. Even when the outside world's trying to kick you down, someone truly walk into your life to protect your heart, to truly treat you right, and they have to mislead you with game. At the end of the day, the energy is different. My content is not for everyone. And it's so sad to see that people disrespect a certain group of people because of their sexual orientation. Like, oh, we're living la la land. We need a straight body jack or whatever the case may be. But it's not only just us that feel that true love is possible. It's not only just us when it comes to our sexual orientation. It's people who respect each other will be on the same page. And I say that respectfully. When you come into somebody's life, you mean what you're saying, you say what you mean, and treat them right. You said I do for all the right reasons. It wasn't for that piece of paper, and I say that respectfully. You wasn't trying to project pain, let alone run game. The energy is different when you're mentally stable, emotionally available, financially stable, but you wasn't worried about somebody else's pockets. The energy is different when you truly elevating, not to misuse somebody at the end of the day, but to show them why you walk into their life, and it allows you to be in existence in their world. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Someone didn't have to walk into you like to play with Spielberg in a toxic way to get your time and day. They didn't. They did not have to do that. You listen to third-party conversations about an innocent person that ended that you couldn't even get to know, only to realize, hold on 1 second. You understood your own lesson. And the blessing had to walk away. Because the blessing understood their boundaries when you disrespected them. But they knew that they was worthy of someone treating them right. My content ain't for everybody. It's not, and that's okay. No answer, don't bother me. I gotta go. I need a nap. See you in the next video. I'm Nia G. Love Respect. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I say this respectfully. I don't know who you are, but you continue to play with Spoic when it comes to me at the end of the day. I truly hope that you continue to find peace within. And I say that respectfully. Because you got too much time on your hands, let alone day, when you could truly be loving you, when you could truly be going within. I don't understand. You play with the spell work at the end of the day when you could project that on yourself and love you the proper way. All that negative energy that you dishing out to kick me down and discourage me at the end of the day, I'm still believing in my faith to elevate. You don't want me to understand my own existence, but I relate to me, something that you couldn't get in tune with. With self-awareness, self-destruction, dumbass, I hope you find peace in your life. Leave me alone! Nah, respectfully. This type of stuff became the norm at the end of the day. Trying to do innocent people wrong, all because you saw potential and you couldn't go within. Leave innocent people alone, I say that respectfully. You mad because someone is truly elevating? And it could be their authentic self, something that you couldn't relate to was actually your own love language choosing you. That ain't got nothing to do with an innocent person, and I say that respectfully. I don't run from my past, but I understood why things didn't last. I understood why God closed that door. It was a rejection for my protection. I understood at the end of the day that receiver. Catching my blessings right to left. And that wasn't a mistake because I understood my faith. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Even when they say, you ain't nobody. Hold on 1 second. When your dreams come true, they will never understand why you ain't damn your life yet. Why? You know, with times comes change and change comes growth. Confidence is looking real good on you today, and I say that respectfully regards to your upbringing. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. I ain't have to be somebody I truly wasn't at the end of the day. I knew how to respect my neighbor even when they couldn't see. You try to kick me down and discourage me at the end of the day, but I still truly hope that you find peace within. You putting me in secret competition at the end of the day only to realize you was your own issue when it came to get drama. Couldn't self-reflect to go within. Misunderstood at the end of the day. Didn't know how to love yourself. Worried about what I had going on. Hold on 1 second. I ain't have to wear a mask. I truly love me. You would never understand what it took for me to stand before myself today. And I say that respectfully. I don't look like what I've been through, and I say that respectfully. But I don't wish it on my worst enemy. That made me their enemy. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Oh yeah, when you disrespected me, I was only standing up for me. You didn't understand my sexual orientation at the end of the day. Regardless of my disability, my culture, my religion, or my sexual orientation, did I say that already? Let alone my age. Regardless of my upbringing, I knew how to carry myself the right way. Something that you couldn't understand is why you antagonized me and I ain't lose control. You thought I was wearing a mask, only to realize, hold on 1 second. It worked on the last person, but it didn't work on you. I need to truly go within because I lack self-control. I thought I had self-awareness. I'm only self-destruction. I'm only doing self-destruction things. Projected on my neighbor at the end of the day when he's in their own lane. And they knew how to respect me with no malicious intentions because we all not the same. I'm far from a hater. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't care who lied on my name. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I'm not running from my past. I don't run from my past. I'm not like everybody else. And I don't want to be like everybody else. Be yourself. It's not a crime. You can disrespect me because of my sexual orientation all day long. But I know who I am. And I know what I stand for. I'm not your genuine love, respect. You know what's more disturbing to see when it comes to certain people's sexual orientation? People say, when your own folks go against you because of your sexual orientation, how are we going against each other and we supposed to uplift each other? You put yourself in competition with somebody because someone knew how to respect you, because you lack self-confidence, because you lack self-awareness. You having self-esteem problems, that ain't have nothing to do with your neighbor. They knew how to respect you, even when you couldn't see. Or then, people say that certain individuals are privileged. The reason why that couldn't come out, because it didn't make sense. Because of our sexual orientation, we're privileged. You know how many lives has been taken? How we privileged? We wasn't protected. We didn't have to disrespect you in no shape or form. But it's sad to see how a group of people, at the end of the day, because they carry themselves a certain kind of way, the innocent people get labeled. But we are all not the same. We're not. There's a lot of us at the end of the day that know how to respect our neighbor. And even if somebody's trying to dig up some dirt on us at the end of the day to paint a false narrative about who we are not, we understood self-control. We understood self-respect, and we didn't have to project negative energy on our neighbor. And I say that respectfully. And even when someone was in the background saying, God doesn't love you, God ain't in your life, you're nothing but the devil. Hold on one second, excuse me? Because you're the opposite sex, so it was okay. It was okay for you to disrespect me. It was okay because I respected you. Now you want to bring harm towards me because I respected you to come out my comfort zone, and my heavenly mother and my heavenly father was guiding me, showing me at the end of the day, hold on one second, you know how to still be good to your neighbor. Even when your neighbor can't relate to how you tie your shoe. You didn't have to have an excuse to disrespect your neighbor because they disrespected you first. Oh, you dyke, you butch, you this, you that, you trans, you this, you that, you this, you that. You're nothing but the devil, that's what they say. Excuse me? Why? Because I love myself. I know what I identify as. And what they paint a picture to be, we're all not the same. And I say that respectfully when it comes to pain. We don't have to kick our neighbor down. We don't have to disrespect our neighbor to see them frown. We know how to uplift our neighbor because you know why? We all don't want to see our neighbor down. You know, you come across certain individuals regardless of their sexual orientation. We don't have to know you or not to respect you. We truly want people to elevate and become their best self-vision of themselves, even when they can't see. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And no, you're not wrong for standing up for yourself. And you don't have to hide behind the mask at the end of the day because you're not running from your past. You're not. You know what you said, you know what you said at the end of the day. And you didn't have to disrespect nobody in no shape or form. You wasn't wrong for speaking up for you. They tried to antagonize you to get out of character. That's what they wanted to do. They was laughing at you. Watch this dyke. Watch this lesbo. Watch this trans. Watch them. Does it matter if it's a trans man or woman? No. It didn't matter. They all the same. They all cause problems. They all protected when they come what they do. They bad behavior. What bad behavior? Because we are all the same. We all don't sit here and cause drama. Disrespect our neighbor. And I say that respectfully. And if you lied at the end of the day, it just tells a lot about your character traits. How you had to go digging. How you had to go and do all these different things at the end of the day just to try to destroy somebody. But God works in mysterious ways because God was in the room this whole entire time. I don't play with spoken in a toxic way. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not energy harvest off innocent people's energy. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. And I do not destiny swipe with anybody. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I don't gotta kick my neighbor down. Well, I know my neighbor would try to kick me down, but I still pray for my neighbor in the most healthiest way because I don't believe in praying negatively towards my neighbor. But respect is a two-way street. I truly hope that you continue to find peace within. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, regardless of your sexual orientation. You ain't got malicious intentions. You ain't out here hurting nobody. You're not. They want you to get out of character so bad. So bad. Because they're doing it for likes and views, let alone clout chasing. You ain't that thirsty at the end of the day. Because you're actually full. Or for respect, self-control, self-worth, knowing your value at the end of the day, that you are worthy. You don't have to project that pain. Because we are all not the same. You know, God creates our own lane for us to truly elevate and prosper at the end of the day. Certain folks will never understand why you choose yourself to understand your faith. But never get lost in someone's words because they feel like a system is protecting somebody at the end of the day when that's not even the case. Because if we was truly protected, we wouldn't have so much disturbance, unsolved cases within our community. And I say that respectfully. If we were so protected, a lot of things would not be transpiring the way it has been and how it is now. And I say that respectfully. We are all not the same. Just because someone goes to jail doesn't mean they can and cannot not change their life. Some people change their life for the better. And they're not doing it for likes and views, let alone clout chasing. And they didn't have to play a character that they truly wasn't at the end of the day. They wasn't. They was their authentic self. Things happen in life. And I say that respectfully. Somebody could be going from point A to Z and it's misidentified. Somebody could be going from point A to Z and is being harassed and bullied by officers because this happens. Somebody could be gang stalked because this happens. You know how many innocent people that are incarcerated because they didn't do anything because of their sexual orientation? And you do have people who commit crimes, but they didn't commit a crime to where they actually hurted somebody. They didn't have malicious intentions to psych someone out their free will. They was trying to figure out a situation, how to elevate and better themselves, and they got caught up in a situation, and they said, you know what, I can't go through this. I can't keep going through something if I'm trying to change my life. I'm removing myself from individuals at the end of the day that couldn't even respect me to know at the end of the day that we are worth more than this. Because everybody's story is different. There's some people that actually change their life for the better. They do. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views, let alone clout chasing. It's innocent people that, okay, I made a mistake. I take accountability for my actions. But I'm not out here trying to psych a child out their free will. I'm not out here trying to psych my neighbor out their free will. Because we all don't move that same way. And it doesn't matter about someone's sexual orientation because it goes in all communities. And I say that respectfully. It happens in all communities. So nobody should point the finger at who's better than nobody, who's better than this community, who's better than the next community. Because at the end of the day, we are all still human. And for someone to kick the next group of folks down at the end of the day, it just tells a lot about your character traits. It does. I'm not disrespecting you, neighbor, in no shape or form. But we are all not the same. We're not. Just like when it comes to heterosexual people, you all are not the same when it comes to sexually assaulting children. We're not going to point the finger and say all of you are like that. No, we're not. You're straight, or whatever the case may be. You're gay, or whatever the case may be. We're all not the same when it comes to bothering innocent children. It's one thing when someone lies just to get somebody kicked down and discourage somebody to paint somebody to be somebody they're not because someone is truly elevating in life. That's one thing. But it's another thing when somebody's out here and they're actually doing it. But nobody is like that. That's what they say. Nobody is like that. People wear a mask. Oh, I don't do that. I don't hurt other children. I'm an adult. I don't hurt other children. And then come to find out your family member that's straight, that you love so dearly, that you respect so deeply, that you have in your household, comes into your household. They may not have touched your children, but they touched somebody else's child. Did it matter about what sexual orientation you was? It became the norm for so long in certain individuals' household. People growing up. Did it matter if it was a male or a female? It happened. Is it the norm? No, it's not, but it became the norm. The enemy allowed folks to believe it was the norm. And the enemy also allowed it to believe we supposed to be divided. People have so much hate when it comes to certain people's sexual orientation because it's something that they can't understand. They're quick to say we're mentally disturbed, when something is wrong with us. Oh, because you didn't have your mother in your life, you didn't have your father in your life, that's why you turned out like that. Excuse me? It's individuals who had their mother and their father in their life, and their mother and father loves and respects them, and you have some that didn't love and respect. But they didn't turn out to be the boogie monster. And I say that respectfully. They didn't turn out the way society is paying certain individuals to be, because we are all not the same. So every straight person I see, I'm going to call them a predator. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not right to do that. But if you did the crime, you should do the time. And I say that respectfully. Because no child should be psyched at their own free will. And because of someone's sexual orientation, no, we are all not the same when it comes to disrespecting our neighbor. But people were painting us out to be that something that we're truly not. Of course they are. And especially when someone sees potential in somebody, of course they're going to paint that picture. Everybody else is looking like, okay, well, that person in their own lane. They ain't bothering nobody. They in their own lane. Well, you don't know them like I know them. But what did you do to them? What did you do to them for them to disrespect you? Only find out at the end of the day the person's mask fell off. Someone was jealous. Someone was envious. Someone was a hater. Someone tried to say somebody at they thought process, their freedom, their pockets, and their eyesight. And I say that respectfully. Because this type of stuff happens within the community. And it doesn't matter what community you're in. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But regardless of someone's sexual orientation, we are all not the same. What you may have got from the last person when you was arguing with them, you may not get it from the next person. And I say that respectfully. Because we are all not how you say we are. We're not. You say we're mentally unstable. Why? Because we like what we like. Someone is treating us right, but they just the same sex. We're not out here hurting people. We actually know how to respect our neighbor. Even when our neighbor disrespects us, we still know how to respect our neighbor. We still don't understand. We still understand to still have self-control, to still want our neighbor to be great. Just like certain individuals that's straight, they feel the same way too. It don't matter about their sexual orientation. Somebody could disrespect you today, tomorrow, and you still want your neighbor to be great because you're not kicking them down, you're not discouraging them. But when someone disrespects you, you know at the end of the day you got to pull away. I'm good. Have a nice day. You're not for me, and that's okay. I tried I did my best. God was in the room this whole entire time. I pray for you. And I don't pray bad intentions towards you. Protect your energy because not everybody says who they are. And I say that respectfully. And this is what happens when people start going digging. Just to humiliate somebody, to disrespect somebody. You go into all the people at the end of the day when you could have actually got to know the person. You go into all the people that actually was trying to take someone's kindness or weakness. So you went to all the people who used that person. You went to all the people who knew how to disrespect that person. And then an innocent person didn't have to take that person's kindness for weakness. They knew how to respect their neighbor, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. But they would never talk about that. And I say that respectfully. Days when that person couldn't see. The innocent person, regardless of their sexual orientation, they were showing their neighbor to elevate. It's not that that person thought they was better than somebody, they wanted to control somebody. No. If you're for me, you're for me. If you're not, at the end of the day, have a nice day. But the people that's truly for you want to see you truly elevate. And they fall from a hater. Fall from a hater. You know, when God closes certain doors in your life, it's for all the right reasons. And I say that respectfully. It's not for likes and views or clout chasing. No. When God sends all the right people into your life, respect would be a two-way street. It would. Yes, it doesn't matter about your sexual orientation. It don't. But it became the norm for so long for this behavior within the community to go against your neighbor. When that same person, when you least expect it, can truly save your life. When you least expect it, that same person will be holding the door for you. And it will be the opposite for you too. And I say that respectfully. It's thank you or no thank you. You ain't gotta cause a scene at the end of the day because, oh my God, it's a dyke. Oh my God, it's a gay girl, it's a gay guy. You ain't gotta do all of that. It's a trans man, it's a trans woman. Oh my God, they disgust me. We are all not the same. And I say that respectfully. We're not. There's individuals, a lot of individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation. And I say this respectfully. If they see something happening to you, they would truly stand up for you. Some people walk away. But some people put their life on the line for the next person. Because that's the humanitarian in them. They are human. They was only reacting at the end of the day. I hope somebody would show up for me like that. But we're so divided. So divided. And it became the norm. It's bigger than someone's sexual orientation nowadays. And I say that respectfully. It really is. Because us innocent people, we wasn't projecting negative energy towards you. But you have so much hate towards us. And you people keep revealing yourselves every single day. But we truly pray for you, though. We do. In the most healthiest way, we want you to elevate. We want you to evolve. We want you to blossom. We want you to. We don't want you not to be without. We don't want you to be homeless. We want you to be able to provide for your family. Yes, we do. We want you to have self-control. We want you to understand and respect yourself so you can respect us. You ain't gotta like us at the end of the day, but you can stay in your lane, not to hurt us. It's a big difference. We don't go out here just hurting people. We don't. Well, I'm gonna bop you upside of your head today. No, we don't do that. We all are not the same. And it's sad how certain individuals will paint a picture because of someone's lack of self-control. because someone had lack of self-control. So now we all like this. Oh, well, y'all get away with this, y'all get away with that, y'all get away with this, y'all get away with that. You know how much stuff we can say y'all get away with too? But we don't say nothing. We don't say anything. Because if you want to get technical at the end of the day, when it comes to sex predators, you think it's the gay community, whatever the case may be, it's not. It's not. It's the opposite way around, if you really want to get technical. But we're not disrespecting you in no shape or form. And I say that respectfully. Because you know why? It's certain individuals that's hiding behind their their sex preference. So they hurt innocent people. It doesn't matter. And I say this respectfully because it's true. And it's sad to say, it doesn't matter what the age is. And that's the disgusting part. Because whoever they're able to make vulnerable, whoever they're able to manipulate, whoever they are able to play close at the end of the day, they just made them a victim. And I say that respectfully. Because there's a lot of men and women that hide behind their sexual orientation. There is. And it's sad to say that a lot of men are in the closet. And a lot of crimes happen because of so. How you having an identity crisis at the end of the day? It may not be you, but somebody is. And they just made somebody a victim. When it comes to someone being sexually assaulted, and it became the norm for so long, and it's not right. It's not right at all. Because nobody deserves to be a victim, regardless to their age, their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. You know how many people that can't talk for themselves? That can't talk for themselves? And their voice is overlooked because people have controlling issues? My content is not for everyone. It's not. But we are all not the same. And nobody's pointing a finger as what community is better. What community is better. We're not. When is it going to stop? When it comes to the violence, when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop when it comes to the predators? When is it going to stop? Certain people promote certain behavior for so long and it became the norm. But then certain folks forgot about the children in the process. How did you do that? How a mother or a father is crying out for help because their child was taken into custody because of a system. And now that baby is being violated. And nobody's there to protect that baby. And then you sit there and say, oh, we're all the same. No, we not. Because of a lot of us, if we hear that type of conversation at the end of the day always get overlooked. It always gets overlooked. Because they're innocent people, regardless of your sexual orientation, that will protect that baby. And I say that respectfully. And especially knowing what the situation is. In regards to who did it. How a mother and a father is fighting for their child to get back in their custody. All because someone could have lied on that mother and father and saying that child was being abused, that child was being neglected, because it happens. And only for a child to get placed somewhere where they was never welcomed, respected, or loved. And someone just wanted them for their malicious intentions. And then they go out into society and they wear a mask so well. And then you come to find out it was your doctor that you go to every month, every year. Or then you find out it was your neighbor down the street that you bring into your household. Doesn't matter what the situation is. No, it's not right. It's not. People always quick to say, oh, the gay community is so protected. See, they got rights for this, they got rights for that, they got rights for this, they got rights for that. You know, it's certain other groups of people who are protected, but we not complaining about that. Because if you really want to get technical, when it comes to our sexual orientation, we are not protected. We're not. Special treatment. What is that? We're just like everybody else, trying to maintain and just keep it cool. And I say that respectfully. We ain't trying to cause chaos and confusion in no shape or form. Because we are all not the same. We're not. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself, regardless if someone makes you feel like because of your identity you're having a crisis, or because of your identity you think you're better than somebody, when that was never the case and you wasn't trying to catch a case. And it's sad to see how these same people that go against certain people because of their sexual orientation, they start to gang stalk them. They start to pay people to psych them out their thought process, they free in their pockets, or their eyesight. Would you want somebody to bring harm towards your child that you brought into this world, regardless if you wasn't there or not in that child's life? You will hope that a man or a woman, regardless of what your child is identified as, you will hope somebody will protect your child when someone is bringing harm towards your child. I will hope they do. And especially if your child didn't do anything. Imagine your child going into the store with a little change or whatever the case may be, going to buy something, and only to be discriminated against because of their sexual orientation. They ain't caused no chaos and confusion, so they walked up to the store to go to another store. They not wanted there. Cool, fine. And only for someone in that store that was working there follow them, to harass them, to bring harm towards them. Now your child's in a fight and they didn't start it. Now someone has malicious intentions towards your child. Now your child's being gang stalked and followed. They try to jump your child, and you're not there to protect your baby. Regardless, at the end of the day, if you was in your child's life or not, that's still your baby. And just to get that phone call that your child's in the ER, and they don't know if your baby's gonna make it. Was that right? Where's the group of people now that's supposed to protect this baby? Talking about rights. What rights? We should have rights to be protected for our safety, of course. Why not? Because it's not right to be disrespected when we're not doing anything. There's so many people who were unalived because being their self, and they didn't have to bother nobody. They knew how to respect their neighbor. They wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Your child was going from point A to Z. They going to a party. They get to the party, having a good time. And only for someone to have malicious intentions towards your baby. You taught your child all the tools to be safe. And someone decided to psych your child their free will. All because They understood self-control. And they wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Because they decided to love themselves. Someone psyched them out their free will. Now you're asking for justice. Now you're asking for things to be put in place so this won't happen to someone else's household. Regardless if you was in your child's life or not. Nobody deserves that pain. To know, wow, I missed out on being in my child's life. And I couldn't even protect my child. I can do something in their honor. And help their community. My content is not for everybody. And it's okay that you disrespect me. I don't have malicious intentions towards my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But the disrespect is real loud. You can call us a bunch of bitchs. You can call us a bunch of dykes, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. We're not men. We don't want to be men. We know that we're women. And men know that they're men. It's just the outside appearance that you see at the end of the day, because the way they heart is set up at the end of the day, hold on one second, it's one beautiful heart. It ain't have to have malicious intentions. Someone feels comfortable in the skin that they're in. Someone is not having an identity crisis. Someone understood self-control when their neighbor tried to get them out of character. I knew how to respect my neighbor even when you disrespect me, saying God don't work. It's not working in my favor. I'm nothing but the devil. And one thing I ain't got to do is lie on you, neighbor. It's innocent people, regardless of their sexual orientation, that help people. And they don't look for a handout. They don't look for nothing in return. They don't look for anything. They just know how to respect their neighbor. We're just good people, just like you're good people. You help somebody. You paying forward. Not trying to hurt nobody. But those conversations get mixed up as disrespect. Those conversations get mixed up as, I'm going to psych you out your free will, because who do you think you are? You think you're better than me? Why? Because I knew how to respect you. I bought you lunch. I actually acknowledged you. I asked you, do you need something from the store? Are you okay today? Are you a little under the weather? Do you need any medicine? What do you take? I'll get that for you. Oh, you're short change at the register. I got you, neighbor. Oh, you want me to hold the door for you? Oh, okay, no problem. I was just trying to be nice. Have a good day. All right, no problem. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones. I'll see you in the next video. Stay warm. Have a safe remaining week. You matter and you are worthy. Regardless to who gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey, you matter and you are worthy. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're having an identity crisis because you truly mean what you say. You ain't wearing a mask. You understood your introduction at the end of the day. What self-love and growth looks like. Regardless of your upbringing. You knew how to respect your neighbor, to treat you right. And you didn't have to have malicious intentions to kick them down. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Self-control looks real good on you today. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. I'm not here to your love, respect. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. It's not. Your neighbor won't say how proud they are of you elevating and actually showing up for you. But they rather kick you down and disrespect you, but they sitting there taking those at the end of the day, wanting to discourage you. Swear up and down that you want their position, but that was never the case at the end of the day, because God created your own lane. They will never understand how you truly elevate and to go within. Yeah, you being misunderstood, but hold on one second. I still knew how to respect my neighbor to go within. We all not the same, and I say that respectfully. I was only moving accordingly. He say, she say, damn sure the math wasn't adding up. Only the rest, hold on 1 second. I ain't get caught up in your conversation with the lack of awareness. At the end of the day, self-destruction was a part of my plan. I didn't think I was better than nobody. Far from a hater, I just knew how to go with it. Certain individuals will never understand what it took for you to show for yourself today, regardless of it was childhood trauma that went into your adulthood. And when you meant what you said and you said what you meant, hey, I do not want to become my worst enemy another day. But action spoke louder than words when you truly wanted to recognize your smile to see yourself frown. You truly know how it feels to truly lose yourself. You didn't think you was better than nobody, but you understood at the end of the day, I am worthy of choosing me. My content is not for everyone. Peace and respect, self-respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Humanity worthy. I got it, God. I need a nap. Thank you for your time. I'm not your genuine love, respect. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say this respectfully. Practice makes perfect when it comes to your world. And I say that respectfully when it comes to growth. Elevation is looking real good on you even when you get lost in your words. Certain folks will never understand your love language, but you ain't have to have malicious intentions. You understood to truly go with them. That you matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Being yourself is not a crime. It's not a crime to be your authentic self. Folks out here playing characters at the end of the day, taking it too far. It wasn't an even exchange. Here's the thought process with me. What's wrong with these people? Out here energy harvesting off innocent people, got them in a frenzy. Canning their emotions at the end of the day, trying to make them dysfunctional. Or because you got controlling issues at the end of the day. Trying to discourage a group of people, or because they believe in a faith. How does it become the norm overnight at the end of the day? No, it's been going on for so long, and it needs to end. Because us innocent people, and I say this respectfully, when a mother and father loses their child, they wasn't doing it for likes and views, let alone clout chasing. They wasn't. They didn't get on the news to bring awareness into their community for likes and views. They wanted to stop the violence, so at the end of the day, save someone else's child. We all not the same. There's certain individuals that don't do it for likes and views. They don't. Or clout chasing. Dealing with depression, that's not for likes and views. Because when you mentally got to go within at the end of the day, the outside world ain't going to understand you. They're not. They're not. And I don't wish that on nobody. Nobody. Nobody deserves to be in that mindset of losing themselves. Because some people are not themselves ever again when it comes to falling into that depression. They would never be themselves ever again. Nobody deserves to be homeless. Nobody deserves to be without food, regardless to their sexual orientation. And I say that respectfully. No child should be violated and disrespected in no shape or form by anybody, by no child or an adult. And I say that respectfully. People shouldn't pick and choose who they want to bully. Because then that's when you see, hold on 1 second. Maybe it was truly your intentions. Misery loves company, trying to disturb the innocent person's peace. Or because you couldn't relate to you, to go within the lack of self-awareness at the end of the day, that had nothing to do with the innocent person. They didn't think that they was better than nobody. They just understood self-control to truly go within. Something that you misunderstood. You're saying at the end of the day, I'm healed. but you're truly brokenhearted. Because now you're putting yourself in competition with the next person at the end of the day that you can't even relate to, let alone yourself. And then you're in the process of still disrespecting your neighbor at the end of the day, but you say you love yourself. If you love yourself, you won't disrespect your neighbor. If you love yourself, you will stay in your lane to only understand at the end of the day. I choose me. And what's truly for me is going to respect me with no malicious intentions. I don't have to kick the next person down. Good day, bad day, or a misunderstanding day. If I'm saying I'm understanding growth. Because when it starts with you, and you mean what you say, that you say your actions speak louder than words, you fall from a hater. And I say that respectfully. You're far from a hater. You're far from having this envy energy. You wouldn't have gang stalking in you. You wouldn't have to pay this person, pay that person to take pictures of somebody, to cite them out their free will because of the fact that you lack self-control and you lack self-awareness. You lack self-love within you. That has nothing to do with the innocent person. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. And I truly hope that you continue to find peace within. Listen, if the shoe fit, then wear it. I didn't say your name at no shape or form at the end of the day. Folks swear up and down you're talking about them like a bad habit at the end of the day. And that was never the case. I know how to respect my neighbor. But it just goes to show you at the end of the day that your mask fell off, that you have so much hate and animosity towards me. Am I bringing your blood pressure up, neighbor? Am I bringing your blood pressure up? Let me tell you about this diagnosis that the good God is trying to show you at the end of the day. Leave innocent people alone. How you diagnosed yourself at the end of the day. How? And the doctor can't figure out your own train of thought. You watching me, watch me. Bring up your blood pressure. Oh, Lord, I hope you find peace within. How you disturb your own peace? But you at peace with yourself without wearing a mask, though, right? The math ain't adding up. Because how can you have so much hate within you when your neighbor never disrespected you in no shape or form? It's sad to see how men or certain women can have this animosity towards someone's sexual orientation, group, or whatever the case may be. But it became the norm to go against their own family members. It became the norm to go against your own family members because of their sexual orientation. Why? You know they got feelings too. When you look at certain family members that regardless of their sexual orientation, and you know that they're not a predator, you know you're kicking down the next person's child. And not only that, but you're kicking down their neighbor. Because we are all not the same. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and that's okay. Like, always be yourself. The disrespect is real loud. But we all don't gotta go against our neighbor at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. We don't. We're not forcing somebody to like us because of our sexual orientation. Not even a little bit. But respect is a two-way street. I don't want you to understand why I like women. I don't want you to understand. It's not meant for you to understand. But I ain't got malicious intentions. I ain't bringing harm towards nobody. And just like the same sex or the opposite sex, it's individuals who deal with domestic violence situations. Everybody's always paying attention. Oh, well, hey, go the gay girl. They always fighting all this and third. But what happens to the opposite sex, too? You can't pick and choose what community you want to tear down because it happens in both communities. It does. It happens in both communities. And it's not right. No, it's not. But we are all not the same. We are all not the same, and we all don't have to do it for likes and views or clout chasing, and I say that respectfully. Because there's people out here that do it for likes and views and clout chasing or whatever the case may be. And then they want to bring God into it. It's innocent people that don't worship the devil. And then it's innocent people that worship the good God with no malicious intentions. You know, the good God that wants to see her people and his people not divided, uniting for all the right reasons. Respect is a two-way street. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. We don't have to kick each other down. Because, you know, the enemy's doing at the end of the day was to destroy us. Was to make us feel at the end of the day we're supposed to be divided. We were supposed to become each other's enemies. While the enemy just sat back and just watch you at the end of the day. You know, when God is elevating somebody and God is showing somebody that you matter, you are worthy. You said you want growth, you want change. I'm restoring you for the right reasons, not to kick your neighbor down. I saw what they was doing behind closed doors. It took a whole group of people to go against you, but you still knew how to respect your neighbor. And they would never understand how you smile. I'm not your genuine love respect. We are all not the same. Doesn't matter your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. And they say it's a sin to be with the same sex. No, it's not. And I say that respectfully. That was a handmade book that someone decided to put in there to manipulate a system. And I say that respectfully. You can disagree all day long, but that's okay. But God always wanted us to be ourselves. Understand your own identity. Your mother, your father brought you into this life, yes, but God brought you here. God brought you here. It was just a wound that was just there. And God said, you know what? I got you. You're going to go through some things in life or whatever the case may be, but you're going to be who you are. Because you know why? When you're a mother and a father, you want your child not to have an identity crisis. You don't want your baby battling depression. You don't want your baby to have lack of self-esteem problems or confidence or whatever the case may be. You don't want your baby to have that mindset. You want your baby to be their authentic self at all times, even when the world's against them. If your child wants to be that doctor and someone is discouraging them to kick them down, you're going to look at your baby and say, you know what? Be yourself. Be you. Be great at what you do. And I'm going to help you too. You need your books, whatever you need, I got your back. Not every parent is like that. Not all parents are supportive. And I say that respectfully. It don't matter about your sexual orientation. When you bring a child into this world, not all parents are the same. Some parents a lot of parents at the end of the day. And they're not doing it for likes and views. Their child wants to be a singer, a book author, a dentist, a teacher, a lawyer. It's certain people who laughed at this child, said that this child would never be nobody. They kicked this child down so bad. That baby went to school and got their degrees. That baby became a multi-billion trillionaire. That baby became a millionaire. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views. They actually went into their community, actually helped their community. And they wasn't doing it for the cameras. The energy is different. They didn't have to wait for somebody to tell them to do something for them to show up. Because they knew where they came from. And they didn't have to play a role at the end of the day. Being an actor. To be their authentic self. And even when that child wanted to be an actor, they didn't forget who they was. They wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout. They went back to the community to actually help the community. They wasn't doing it for likes and views. They didn't have to kick their neighbor down. They wasn't jealous of the next person. They didn't have to stop somebody from being, they didn't have to shadow ban somebody because they didn't want somebody to overshine them. They were sharing the spotlight with their neighbors. That energy is different. When you sharing the spotlight with your neighbor and respecting your neighbor, and y'all elevating together, regardless if you're an actor, a doctor, a dentist, yo, that energy is different. And I say that respectfully because we are all like the same. Certain folks ain't got to hide behind a mask because they know what they've been through, where they've been. They understood, hold on one second. I know what I've been through when it came to pain. It wasn't an overnight process, but I'm willing to choose me, to love me, to know at the end of the day, all the right people will be for me. We all not haters. It's certain individuals that play these roles as actors. How they hate us at the end of the day, to see the next person be in a mindset of being kicked down. Wow. Because you see potential with somebody. You don't want somebody to elevate faster than you. They gonna overshine you because they numbers is doing numbers at the end of the day, because they actually have potential to be their authentic self, something that you can relate to is actually going within. Talking about you real at the end of the day, but you got somebody shadow banned. All because of the fact that you're willing to get your likes and views up because you don't want somebody to actually elevate, for actually people to see their growth. Or because you don't want somebody to misunderstand you at the end of the day. What? Nobody looking at me! The godly thing is, when you elevating in life, and God is truly leading you, you want everybody around you to elevate, regardless if you know them or not. And I say that respectfully. Regardless if you know them or not, you want everybody to elevate around you, regardless if a person is homeless or not. You ain't waiting for it to be a trend. You ain't worried about putting no phone in somebody's face to take a video of somebody to kick them down. You want to elevate somebody in the most healthiest way. You wasn't doing it for likes and views. You want everybody around you to truly elevate. My content is not for everybody. It's sad and disturbing how certain individuals with money or not can truly be haters because of the fact that they don't want you to prosper in life. They don't want you to be able to provide for your family. They don't want you to become your best self vision of yourself. So they would send in individuals to gang stalk you. They would pay people to get information about you. And then realize they came short on change at the end of the day. Hold on one second. I was misled by the blind at the blind. At the end of the day. They didn't even have self-awareness. All they was doing is self-destruction. All because someone truly had potential. How this type of stuff became the norm, and it's not the norm at the end of the day. It's not. When God restores you, you're far from a hater. You're far from a hater. You respect your neighbor good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Because you know how it feels and where you came from. Certain individuals don't do it for likes and views. They don't. Because it ain't going to make sense in their dictionary when it comes to their love language. Being real and meaning what they say. I ain't got to wear a mask at the end of the day. I ain't running from my past. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't hurt innocent children. And I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Even when my neighbor can't even understand their own love language. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. Thank you for your time. And I say this respectfully to the genuine ones. Regardless of who gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey, don't give up on yourself. You matter and you are worthy. You're not in competition with nobody. When you understood your vision, how to respect yourself when folks came up short at the end of the day, taking your kindness or weakness, you still knew how to respect your neighbor, regardless of this delusional ass picture they try to paint. It had to take a group of people to go against you, It says a lot about their character traits. No, as the thought past me, I gotta go. I need a nap. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Humanity, you're worthy. I gotta go. Thank you for your time to the genuine ones, and I say that respectfully. Humanity, you're worthy. Stay warm and have a safe remaining year. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process. You know, misery loves company. And when you're truly protecting your peace and you ain't wearing a mask and you ain't running from your past because you understood at the end of the day what elevation looks like up close in person, the action spoke louder than words when it came to healing, trauma, and pain. And you will forever heal the go within. Never get lost in someone's words because they didn't know how to respect you. They took your kindness or weakness. They disrespected you, made you feel like you wasn't worthy. Regardless of your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, your culture, your religion, you matter and you are worthy. And especially when you don't have malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it. You matter and you're worthy. Have a good day. I am the original owner of Naya Genuine Love Respect Content. All of Naya Genuine Love Respect Content. I am the original owner. And I say that respectfully. You can't, I say this respectfully, you can't duplicate someone's authenticity. You can't be somebody that you're truly not, and I say that respectfully. How God installed someone to be when it came to their life, when it came to their gifts, you can't be something that you're truly not, and I truly hope that you find peace within it, but even if you're battling an identity crisis, I ain't have to disrespect you in no shape or form, and I say that respectfully. It's kind of funny and saddening to see that an individual will have so much hate towards someone's sexual orientation because someone truly believes in their faith. And they didn't have to project negative energy towards anybody. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And it's sad to see how people will see somebody elevating and they will go to their past just to try to throw into somebody's face at the end of the day, and only for you to realize that that doesn't live in someone's presence. And I say that respectfully. And one thing about it, when someone knows how to be their authentic self, they don't run from their past. They don't. They don't run from their past. They could be their authentic self and say how they felt and say exactly what they've been through, because we are all not the same when it comes to growth. It's certain individuals ain't got to hide their hands, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to pain, as to what they endured when someone didn't know how to respect them, or when someone painted a picture of somebody that they truly wasn't. And I say that respectfully. I don't have to disrespect my neighbor. And I say this respectfully. It doesn't matter about your sexual orientation. And as a community, if there's a sex predator in your community, it's not a crime to speak up. You're not a snitch. If there's somebody vandalizing your community, no, you're not a snitch. If there's somebody in your community trying to bring harm towards other people, no, you're not a snitch. They said what they said. They try to bring harm towards an innocent person, and you sat there and actually listened. Don't you know that at the end of the day, that made you part of their crime? Someone just sat there and said, I'm going to say something about their free will, and you sat there as a third party and listened to it. And now you want to sit there and say you want to plead the fifth? I ain't got nothing to do with that. But you was part of it. You laughed at someone's pain for someone to go, for an innocent person to be going against, for somebody to go against an innocent person, all because you lack self-control. And then you sit there and say, oh, well, I'm healing. How are you possibly healing when you're trying to kick your neighbor down and you thought it was funny until it happens in your household? And it's not funny. Because individuals pick and choose who they want to bully. And I hope and pray that nobody goes against your child or your loved ones that you care about and you can't protect. Folks always talking about, oh, what I would do until it actually happens. I don't start drama with people, and I say that respectfully. And I know what I said that day, neighbor. And I'm not running from what I said. I don't run from my past. But when you disrespect me at the end of the day, when God reveals your enemies, it's so funny to see at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second. See, I told you. I told you this person was wearing a mask. I told you they was like this, they was like that. No, a whole group of people went against one person. And God says, sit back and watch these fools. It doesn't matter if they financially stable or not. Watch them. Watch how they reveal themselves to you. Watch what they're doing in the background. Look what they're doing. To psych you out your own free will. Now they gang stalking you so bad, got your house so surrounded at the end of the day, just to psych you out your own free will. Just because you haven't experienced it, somebody else's household has. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views, let alone clout chasing. And I say that respectfully, because we are all not the same. We're not. My content is not for everyone. Peace and respect. So respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Humanity, you're worthy. I gotta go. I really need a nap. Have a good day. Thank you for your time to the genuine ones. And I say that respectfully. Humanity, you're worthy. Nobody should have to lose their life due to violence. It doesn't matter of whose sexual orientation it is, what sexual orientation you are, when it comes to violence. And I say that respectfully. Nobody is deserving of it. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When they're going from point A to Z, nobody is deserving to be psyched that they own free will. And especially when they didn't have to have malicious intentions. They wasn't out here causing chaos and confusion. And it's so sad to see how one person can make everybody feel at the end of the day everybody's the same. It's not the case. It's not. Because it's been going on for so long, regardless to what community you're in, when it comes to violence, when it comes to hate crime, discrimination. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say this respectfully. Never stop having a beautiful heart because someone took your kindness for weakness. Never stop having a beautiful heart because someone disrespected you and made you feel like you wasn't worthy. Never stop having a beautiful heart because someone didn't understand your love language when you didn't have to have malicious intentions. Never stop having a beautiful heart because someone didn't understand, hold on 1 second, you understood common sense. I'm not your genuine love respect. Thank you for your time, and I say that respectfully. Protect your energy. See you in the next video. Have a good day. I'm not your genuine love respect. Thank you for